Hello, dear students. Welcome to the second chapter of Geography of Class 9, that is Physical Features of India. This chapter is available in two parts. This is the first part of that chapter. Physical Features of India. As here on the screen you can see, there are major physiographic divisions: Northern Mountains, Northern Plains, Thar Desert, Peninsular Plateau region, Coastal Plains and Islands. Here you can see the physical map of India. One is political map, in which you can see the different states and union territories, but here on your screen is your physical map of India, where you can find the plateau region, desert, plains, mountains, coastal areas, islands, everything you can see. So, this chapter basically deals with physical features of India, theory of plate tectonics, movements of the plates, plate boundaries, major physiographic divisions, that is the Himalayan Mountains, the Northern Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Indian Desert, and the coastal plains and the islands. We have already learned in the last chapter that India is a very vast country with varied landforms. Some of the landforms I told you just now: desert, plains, mountains, coastal plains, islands, plateau and all. Now, we find different types of rocks. Some are very hard like marble, which has been used for making the Taj Mahal, and some are very soft like soapstone, which is used in making talcum powder. The color of soil varies from one place to the another because soil is formed out of different types of rocks. Now, the relief and physical features of India have evolved through different geological periods through the process of formation of India as it's looked today. The Indian landmass was subjected to weathering, deposition, erosion. Weathering is the breaking up of rocks. Deposition, the sand and silt brought by the river to the bank. Erosion, soil erosion by wind and water. Soil is eroded, means it is taken from one place to another. The same way, the Indian subcontinent. Here you can see the Pangaea. Now, Pangaea. In the ancient time, it existed as a large island. Large continent. So not island, it was a large continent. The northern part was Angara land, and the southern part below you can see was your Gondwana land. Now, northern part was known as the Angara land, whereas the southern part was known as the Gondwana land. The crust was split into number of pieces due to convectional currents, resulting in the drifting of the Indo-Australian plate. No one knows how exactly India was formed. However, scientists had several theories which tried to explain the process. One such theory is plate tectonics. So, on the screen you can see the Pangaea continent, vast continent, giant landmass. Now, Here is the southern part, that is Gondwana land. It consisted of South America, Africa, Antarctica, India and Australia. Now, Gondwana land originally consisted of number of land masses including the countries which I just told you. Convectional currents split the crust into a number of pieces. You can see the pieces also, thus leading the drifting of the Indo-Australian plate after being separated from the Gondwana land towards north. The northward drift resulted in the collision of the plate with the much larger Eurasian plate. Now, you might have heard various time plates. Now, what are these plates? Plates. According to this theory, the Earth's crust is formed out of 7 major and some minor plates. World is divided into 7 major and some minor plates. When the plates move, they cause disturbances in the continental crust. When the plates move, it leads to folding, faulting, and volcanic activity. Now, due to this collision, the sedimentary rocks which were accumulated in the geosyncline known as Tethys. Tethys was a sea once upon a time, and they were folded to form a mountain system. Now, how they were folded? What was the reason behind that? The reason is the 3 main processes. One is your convergent boundary, divergent boundary, and transform boundary. Now, these are 3 types of movements actually: convergent, divergent, and transform. Now, if I talk about these movements, let me discuss this in detail. Convergent boundary. When some plates come towards each other, they form a convergent boundary. When 2 plates come towards each other. It may also be called folding movements. This is convergent, when 2 plates come towards each other. Second one is your divergent. When some plates move away from each other, they form a divergent boundary. It is called faulting. Transform. In the event of 2 plates coming together, they may either collide or crumble, or may slide under the other and form the transform boundary. This is called, means horizontal movement is there. 2 plates move horizontally. This is transformed. So 3 types of plate movements: convergent, divergent, and transform. These 3 movements are there. Convergent, it causes folding. I told you about the Tethys Sea. Once upon a time it was a sea, but because of folding movement, plates came towards each other and young Himalayas were formed. Divergent, faulting movements. Plates move away, means they create a fracture because plates move away from each other. And transform, they crumble horizontally, they collide with each other horizontally. Now, let us talk about major physiographic division. The Himalayan Mountains, the Northern Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Indian Desert, the coastal plains and the islands. First of all, we'll go through the Himalayan Mountains. Now, the Himalayan Mountains. Himalayan mountains, the Himalayas are fold mountains. Just now I told you because of this. You can see here. Convergent folding plates, convergent of movement. Plates came towards each other. Now, the Himalayas are fold mountains which cover the northern part of India. They are geologically young as compared to other mountain ranges. The Himalayan range is the highest in the most rugged mountain range in the world. It extends from river Indus in the west to the Brahmaputra in the east. You can see the figure also on the map of India. And an arc type of structure forming an arc of about 2400 kilometer. And the width, it varies from 400 kilometer in Kashmir to 150 kilometer in Arunachal Pradesh. Altitudes, the height of the mountains vary more than western parts. The Himalaya consists of 3 parallel ranges. One is Himadri, second one is Himachal, and third one is Shivalik. Let us first of all talk about Himadri. Himadri are also called Great or Inner Himalayas. It is the most continuous range. The northernmost range is called the Himadri. It consists of loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. It contains all the prominent peaks, important peaks which you know. It remains snow covered throughout the year, resulting into the formation of glacier and some perennial rivers. Now, next one is your Himachal. It is also called Lesser Himalayas. It lies to the south of Himadri and forms the most rugged mountain system. The ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. Average height is between 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Some famous ranges are the Pir Panjal Range, Dhauladhar and Mahabharat ranges. It has some famous valleys like Kullu, Kangra and Kashmir. They are known for their hill station. The average width is 50 kilometers. Now let us talk about Shivaliks. Shivaliks. These are also called Outer Himalayas. This is the outermost range of Himalayas. Its height varies between 900 to 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated rock material. So these ranges are prone to earthquakes and landslides. These longitudinal valleys lie between Lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks, are called dunes like Dehradun, Kotli Dun, Patli Dun, etc. Now, Himalayan region can be defined on the basis of region from east to west. Till now what we saw, from north to south. Now let us talk about east to west. It is divided between Punjab Himalayas, Kumayu Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas and Assam Himalayas. First of all, let us talk about Punjab Himalayas. This part lies between the Indus and the Satluj river from west to east. This is also known as Kashmir Himalayas or Himachal Himalayas respectively. Second one is your Kumaon Himalayas. This part lies between Satluj and Kali rivers. Next one is your Nepal Himalayas. This part lies between Kali and the Tista rivers. And last one, Assam Himalayas. This part lies between Tista and Dihang rivers. Now, these are some of the highest peaks of Himalayas and their height. You can see on your screen. Now, let us, yes, one more figure is here from north to south, how it is divided. You can see on your screen. Now, next one is your northern plains. If I talk about northern plains, you can see on the figure it is divided into three parts: Punjab Plains, Ganga Plains and Brahmaputra Plains. The northern plain of India is formed by three river systems actually. Those are the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. This plain is composed of alluvial soil, which has been deposited over millions of years. The total area of northern plain is about 7 lakh square kilometer. It is about 2400 kilometer long and about 240 to 320 kilometer broad, means width, and it is divided into three parts. One is Punjab Plains, that is Indus River. Second one is your Ganga Plains, Ganga and its tributaries. And third one is your Brahmaputra Plains. Now, first of all, let us talk about Punjab Plains. The Punjab Plains form the western part of the northern plains. This is formed by the Indus and its tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. A major portion of this plain is in Pakistan. Doabs abound in this plain. Doabs I will tell you later. Second one is your Ganga plain. It extends between Ghaggar and Tista rivers. Ghaggar and Tista river. It is spread over the states of North India, that is Delhi, Haryana, UP, Bihar, parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. Third one is your Brahmaputra Plains. To the east of Ganga Plain lies the Brahmaputra Plain. They cover the areas of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Here, I told you about the distinctive features of the northern plain. It is given over here. You can read it. You can write some of the important points also. Now, Doab I told you. What does Doab means? The northern plain is broadly divided into three sections. The western part of the northern plains is referred to as Punjab Plains, formed by the Indus and its tributaries. The larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan, the Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, the Beas and the Satluj originate in the Himalayas. This section is dominated by Doabs. Now, what is Doabs? To water. It means to water, which means Doab is a piece of land which is drained by two water bodies. It is drained by two water bodies. Here, the Ganga plain extends between Ghaggar and Tista river. It spreads over North India, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. And particularly in Assam lies the Brahmaputra plain. Now, northern plain is divided into four regions. What are those four regions? Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar and Khadar. Now, let us look at it. Based on the relief features, the northern plain can be divided into 4 regions: Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar and Khadar. Now let us first of all talk about Bhabar. After descending from the mountains, the rivers deposit pebbles in a narrow belt. Pebbles, pieces of rock, pebbles, stones. The width of this belt is about 8 to 16 km and it lies parallel to the Shivaliks. This region is known as Bhabar. All the streams disappear in this region. Next one is your Tarai. Gorakhpur is in Tarai region. The Tarai region lies towards south of the Bhabar belt. In this region, the streams reappear and make a wet, swampy and marshy region. Next one is your Bhangar. Bhangar is the largest part of the northern plain and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil. They lie above the floodplains. They resemble terraces. The soil of this region is locally known as Kankar and is composed of calcareous deposits. Now, if I talk about Khadar, the floodplains formed by younger alluvium are called Khadar. The soil in this region is renewed every year and is thus highly fertile. So, let us again revise, students, what we have studied in this part. So we started with the major physiographic division. On the map you can see northern mountains, northern plains, Thar desert, peninsular plateau, coastal plains and islands. Physical map of India also we saw. After that we discussed that what we are going to study in this chapter. After that we studied about the hard rock marble. Taj Mahal is made up of marble. And we talked about the softest rock and we studied that talcum is made out of that. Even we saw that the color of soil varies from one region to another region. It is because of the color of the rocks. It is because of the color of the parent rock. Likewise, you can find in Maharashtra black and red both soil are formed, whereas in Madhya Pradesh red soil is there. This is because of color of the parent rock. Now, how soil is formed? By the process of weathering. Weathering, it is called breaking up of rocks. Parent rock I just told you. Deposition by the rivers to its bank and erosion with the erosion of soil with the help of water and wind, rivers and wind. After that, we studied about theory of plate tectonics. I told you about Pangaea, a giant continent. It was divided into 2 parts. The northern part is called Angara land and the southern part is called Gondwana land. So our country, India, was in Gondwana land, the southern part, and it consisted of various other countries also, such as Africa, South America, Antarctica, India, Australia. Because of convectional currents that split the crust into number of pieces, leading to the drifting of Indo-Australian plate after being separated from Gondwana land towards north. The northward drift resulted in the collision of the plate with the much larger Eurasian plate. So this is how the Indian subcontinent was formed. Now after that we talked about the movement of plates. In this we saw 3 types of movement: convergent, divergent and transform. What is convergent movement of plate? When plates come towards each other. It is also called folding movement. Second one is your divergent. When plates move away from each other, it causes faulting. Faulting. What is faulting? Faulting is a fracture on the land because plates they move away from each other. Transform movement, when two plates come together and they collide and crumble horizontally. These are called transform movement. So three movements: convergent, divergent and transform. After that we saw about major physiographic division: the Himalayan Mountains, the Northern Plains, Peninsular Plateau, Indian Desert, the coastal plains and the islands. Here is the physiographic division. Now after that we talk about the Himalayas, Himalayan Mountains. Now Himalayan mountain are the youngest mountain ranges in comparison to other mountain ranges, and it has the highest number of peaks in the world. It forms an arc, you can see on the map also, of about 24 kilometer long and 400 kilometer in width. In Kashmir it is 400 kilometer in width, whereas in Arunachal Pradesh it is 150 kilometer in width. Now it consists of three parallel ranges: Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. First one is your Himadri. The northernmost range is called Himadri. It is also called Great or Inner Himalayas. What is the average height? 6,000 meters, and it contains all the prominent peaks, and it remains snow covered throughout the year, resulting into formation of glaciers and some perennial rivers. What are perennial rivers? Perennial rivers are those rivers which contain water throughout the year because they are formed out of glaciers, melting of glaciers. Second one is your Himachal. If you talk about Himachal, it is also called Lesser Himalayas. What is the average height? 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Some famous ranges are there: Pir Panjal Range, Dhauladhar and the Mahabharat Range. Famous valleys are also there: Kullu, Kangra and Kashmir. They are known for their hill stations. And what is the average width? It is 50 kilometer. 50 kilometer is the average width. Now if I talk about Shivaliks, if I talk about, so this is the outermost range. It is called Outer Himalayas, and height varies from 900 meters to 1100 meters. They are composed of unconsolidated rock material. These ranges are prone to earthquakes and landslides, and various longitudinal valleys are here, and they are called dunes like Dehradun, Kotli Dun, Patli Dun, etc. This previously at Himadri, Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks were from north to south. Now from east to west, if we talk about west to east, we talk about Punjab Himalayas, Kumayu Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas, Assam Himalayas. Punjab Himalayas, this part lies between Indus and the Satluj River. Kumayu between Satluj and Kali River. Nepal Himalayas, Kali and Tista rivers. Assam Himalayas lies between Tista and Dihang rivers. After that we saw highest peaks of the Himalayas. It is given here according to their height in meters. Here you can see the north to south division of Himalayas from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. After that we discussed about the northern plains. The northern plains consist of alluvial soil deposited over millions of years, and it is very fertile. The total area of northern plain is about 7 lakh square kilometer. It is about 2400 kilometer long, and what is the width? 240 to 320 kilometer broad. It basically, on the screen you can see, it is divided into three parts. One is Punjab Plains, second Ganga Plains, and third is Brahmaputra. Now Punjab Plains. Punjab Plains, it lies between it lies in the western part of northern plain. This is formed by Indus and its tributaries, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, and the Satluj. The major portion of this plain is in Pakistan. Doabs, a piece of land where, what is Doabs? Two water, means a piece of land where two water bodies, they drain their water. Ganga Plains. This plain extends between Ghagar and the Tista River. And where does it lies? Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, parts of Jharkhand and West Bengal. Brahmaputra Plains. This plains form the eastern part of the northern plain and lies in Assam. After that, we saw, based on relief features, it was divided into four parts: Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar and Khadar. What we studied about Bhabar? We studied that after descending from the mountains, the rivers deposit pebbles, small stones, in a narrow belt. The width of this belt is about 8 to 16 kilometers, and it lies parallel to the Shivaliks. This region is known as Bhabar. All the streams disappear in this region. Next is Tarai. I told you that Gorakhpur is in Tarai region. It lies towards south of the Bhabar belt. In this region, the stream reappear and make a wet, swampy and marshy region. Bhangar. Bhangar is the largest part of the northern plains and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil. They lie above the flood plains. The soil of this region is locally known as Kankar and is composed of calcareous deposits. Khadar. The flood plains formed by younger alluvium are called Khadar. New alluvial soil is there. The soil in this region is renewed every year and is thus highly fertile. That's all for this part, students. Have a nice day.